Hello there. The day after an opinion poll comes out in mainstream media is a really fascinating one to sit down and do a little bit of analysis on how media presents information. It gives us an insight into the narrative that's being put out there, as well as the biases of the media itself. And each media outlet has its own different biases and things that they consider to be really important. And that comes out really clearly after an opinion poll. And it's quite fascinating to see just how that's happened this week. Now, don't forget, an opinion poll is not a be all, end all, this is how things are going to go. They're a snapshot of the past. And it's qualitative data being presented as quantitative. There's a whole bunch of issues around it. But in terms of trends, there were some really clear results that came out this week, and it was not great for Labour. And there's still weeks until the election goes, and we'll see what happens over that particular period. But if we take a look at how our media presented the information the next day, that's really fascinating. For a start, the language that's been used is all about how bad things are for Labour, not how good things are for National. The way that it's been pitched is very much a shark smelling blood in the water type of news story. And that in itself is really fascinating. Why wouldn't we want to hear about how well the opposition is doing or the potential next government is doing? Instead, we're hearing about how badly the current one is doing. And that is very much showcasing media bias. The other thing that's really clear here is how binary it is. Of all of the media outlets mentioned here, only one mentions a minor party, and that's Te Pāti Māori being mentioned in Te Ao Māori News. The rest don't cover them at all on their main headlines. You have to go digging deep to find something with a minor party. For News Hub, it was actually a repeat of some lines the next page down, which had a mention of the Green Party getting a car stuck in a field. And if you have a look at the way that minor parties are presented, that's also really, really problematic. While it might be blood in the water for Labour, for example, as the presentation, when you look at something like TOP's health announcement that they made over the last week, that's very bland. That's very factual. This is TOP's announcement. Here you go. And it's buried so far down. And a quick run through of backstories, you'll also find the way that information is pitched is also very Nationals presenting this, Labour not. It's never the other way around. Our media is very much presenting one particular group of parties in a positive light and another as either matter of fact or negative. And that's what we see in our poll results. Media has a really interesting part to play in how we perceive what's going on and the information that's put out there. Minor parties, though, are at a major, major disadvantage because of this. It's one of the reasons why it is so important as voters that you do your own research into what each party has to offer and not rely on what the media tells you that they're offering. Look into what the minor parties are doing because there might be something there that really surprises you, that really impresses you, that's not getting that media coverage that everybody in Labour and National seem to be getting at the moment.